What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Rewrite's final review. There's going to be no season 3 or anything to that nature. This is the final episode and the final review for season 2 of Rewrite. Now, I do have to apologize for not getting the video out on time yesterday. Saturday was a busy day for me. I also had to do a bunch of chores, work, and all that, and I was just plain exhausted, and I was just I'll delay both rewrite and what I'll be watching for spring videos. So today, rewrite review, which is what you'll be watching today, and after this, sometime later, I'll be doing the spring video, what I'll be watching for the spring season. So, without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, there's not a lot for me to say with the finale. The finale ended as I think everyone kind of expected it to, with Kotaro dying essentially, and him, now I don't think a lot of people would gather him becoming a familiar at the end, but that's what happened. He became a familiar. Now the events leading up to all of this are straightforward. Kotaro has a single goal. He is to stop salvation at any cost, and by doing that, he runs into Guardian. They want to kill him for being a traitor. He gets captured for a couple minutes, and he explains to himself that he's trying to save the Earth, and Guardian is saying you're a Gaia spy and stuff like that, and then he's like, no, I'm the Earth saving hunter. That's who I am. When Imamiya starts getting angry at him and interrogating him, he breaks out and escapes. Now, it was a pretty cool scene, I would have to admit. I think the animation slightly went up, the frames went up. 8-bit isn't the greatest when they're doing stuff like this. I think the only times they have decent animations when they were doing Infinite Stratos, case in point. I can guess why, and I guess you can too. But the episode had some great music. It had remixed versions of Rewrite, the opening theme for the second opening of the visual novel, and it was used semi-vocally and instrumentally during the final battle of the Moon arc, and it was used here both in its remixed guitar form and its instrumental form. And we get to hear Philosophies, which is the original opening for the first season, but this is the GT version, which is short for guitar, I assume. I mean, what else would it be? And the entire episode gave me the feels. I was feeling slightly depressed and sad when we were nearing the conclusion, and just seeing how it ended kind of makes me angry. When I first finished the visual novel, it gave me the same sense of anger and what the fuck. So this ending wasn't what everyone was expected. Usually key endings in their visual novels and anime are semi-happy, semi-sad, and the main character usually ends up with the girl he wants. So he kind of does. He ends up with Moon Kagari at the end of this, to the shock of many of the girls when he turns back into his younger self, wearing his Kazamatsuri uniform. Though I do believe that in the original visual novel, I haven't played it in a while, that he doesn't regain his original form. I believe that it ends with him going down to Earth, and there's a seedling sprouting out, showing that the moon is going to have life on it. And I think this is the Rewrite Plus ending. I'm not too sure on that. I know the Rewrite Plus took out the Sakya appearing event, and this episode unfortunately did not have that, which was a good send-off. Instead, they gave us a bit more closure, I guess, into why Kotaro is doing this, and that instead of the theory guiding him, it's essentially the himself that's forcing him to do this, and that he wants to help Kagari because he actually likes her, and that it's not the theory being enforcing him onto this path, which I call fucking bullshit. Now, the only reason why they retconned that was because either a fan demand, people getting angry about that, or they just wanted to fuck over people. I think it's probably the first. But I really did not like how Rewrite ended with him just choosing, everyone's saying that Kagari is the true girl and all that. I'm going to go into a bit of a rant onto the visual novel, but that the way that they ended it was kind of like with Clannad. Now, Clannad had an amazing story, but I also didn't like how they forced us to end up with one girl. I mean, there's oh, you what race, why best waifu wars. You can insult me all you want, but this is a personal preference that with all the things that Kotaro goes to, and I'm guessing the visual novel does explain this at the end of whether, why, or how he managed to fucking remember what he looked like, especially looked like when he was younger, because I think in the original visual novel he doesn't, and he's just the butler. That kind of scene was pretty interesting though. See it animated with him being all kind of like Sakuya, but kind of not, with his own personality. Acting kind of like Sakuya. Yeah, his personality reminds me a lot of Sakuya, with the being sarcastic, but with Kotaro being himself. I would assume. But yeah, I really do think that the final episode was well done. Of course, 8-bit is gonna have derps, but of course the Blu-ray is probably gonna fix those. Yeah, and to the point of Blu-rays, I rarely buy Blu-rays, whether it's from importing them if they have subtitles or from any licensed distributor, because they're so fucking expensive. Because oh my god, Japan likes because Japan has like this issue of piracy, I guess. They essentially want to charge you a high fee, especially in Japan, and why sometimes Japan and their distributing companies block imports from places that aren't from Japan for Blu-rays. It's because Blu-ray prices are cheaper there, and Japan like you have to pay like a freaking high premium amount. Many people will say, yeah, it's because of piracy, and it's up to us in the West to keep America, to keep anime alive. And so, even if I did want to, which I do want to buy the rewrite Blu-rays for some of the extra stuff that come with, case in point, like the clear little postlets and the posters, best girl. It damn well makes it near impossible unless you have some sort of expendable pay with you. And people in Japan are obviously feeling this as well as they're taking to importing from out of Japan. And of course, many people are saying, well, that's why it's our job to do it. Well, yeah, but how long will this continue? How long will they continue raising the prices of Blu-rays? So, because I really want to buy a Blu-ray for rewrite in Chaos Child once that comes out. Chaos Child is amazing. Case in point, unless I have expendable pay, or I'm gonna save up and sacrifice several pence of pay, or whatever, how much it costs in Japan. I guess it costs a lot, and even in America, Aniplex is a big offender of that. It's just like how long will this keep on going until people are saying that's enough? I'm not buying any of this shit. And the anime industry, kind of like the game industry, will catch. It's an interesting topic, but case in point, this episode was good. I liked it. It got me sad. It made me feel angry, just like I did at the end of the visual novel because of how it ended. I think it did a great job of eliciting emotions. Of course, they had to go a bit fast. Of course, they had to omit Sakuya because Rewrite Plus. And all in all, I am very satisfied and angry with how this ended, because not just because of how it ended, but because of it reminding me how much of the visual novel ended and how much the source material really pissed me the fuck off with how it ended. So without further ado, as everyone's been using this damn dumb thumbnail of Kotaro making out of Kagari, Moon Kagari, mind you, or using the one where he's walking, I'm going to be using the kissing one because I don't know any better, and because it's one of the more iconic thumbnails from the episode. So whenever time you choose a thumbnail, it got to be something interesting. And of course, the hype for Rewrite is over. I'm releasing this thing a damn day late. But that doesn't bother me. I like, it doesn't matter if this thing gets a lot of views or not. What does matter is that I want people to, or at least people who are interested, want to hear my opinions that I give out and either disagree or agree with me. It's that kind of thing. So yeah, expect spring. What I'll be watching for the spring season later this day. And I'll be seeing y'all on the next video. raiyamo out. See y'all later. Oh wait, I always forgot. I also have a Twitter. Follow me. I have a link in the description. Patreon also. Not mandatory at all. I'm just doing this really quick because I really have to go eat lunch. I'm freaking starving. I'll be seeing you on the next video. raiyamo out. See ya.